The book's open for only one reason. For only one reason, isn't it? We're going to add names. We're going to add names. Now, is God going to give everyone a chance? Listen, he's called you, but he didn't call my brother and my sister and my father and my mother, my aunts and my uncles. I don't know of anyone in my family he's called except me. I'm a Scherick family, not talking about Pat and my kids. And is that fair? He says, I am not a respecter of persons. Ooh, wait a minute now. If you're not a respecter of persons, and you give me this opportunity, and you don't give my brother the same opportunity, you are then a respecter of persons, aren't you? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Now, therefore, has God just lied? No, because he's bringing them up for one reason. It's their time. It wasn't their time in Noah's day. It wasn't their time in Abraham's day. It wasn't their time in Christ's day. It wasn't their time in the Second World War. You follow me? But it is their time in the second resurrection. They come up. They are introduced to, and those that have never heard Christ before, how many will that be? Whew. All of them up until Christ lived. That's 4,000 years. How many people is that? How many people is that? 4,000 years. All that haven't heard Christ's name, even. But they have to know about him. They have to know who he was, what he did, why he did it. That he had enough love for them. Now, he's got a lot of crowns. I'm quite certain of that. So they're going to have quite an opportunity as well. Our opportunity was very special, you see. Christ did the choosing and the picking on that. All right, this book was open to add names. They will have. Otherwise, why bring my brother up? He's very comfortable right now in a grave. No pain. No misery of any kind. No thoughts about who's going to die first, he or his wife. Right? Why bring him up? Because you're going to put him back there. Makes no sense. All right. And the dead were judged according to their works, you see. The world is not going to get away with it. Now, they think they are, don't they? Oh, yeah, Darwin was right. I wonder what they believed before Darwin came along. Pity sakes, that's going to been, 100, 150 years ago. And boy, have they jumped on his bandwagon. And by the way, in case you don't know, it's interesting to read, he converted before he died. You know where he's buried? I walked deliberately over his grave. He's buried in Westminster Abbey, a church in England. Yeah, there it is. You can see the marker right there. Charles Darwin, or friend. What is his name? Charles? Yeah. Yeah, there it is. I kind of drug my feet, And by the way, he also, now they won't tell you this, he also recanted on his works. He said it's not right. They won't tell you that. No, they won't tell you that. They'll take that last page out of his book. But they're going to be judged. You see, no one's going to get away. Didn't Christ say, don't you get vengeance? I'll get it for you. And his vengeance is going to be better. What would your vengeance be? Probably. Shoot him, boom. Oh, man, he's dead. He died instantly and painlessly. That's not much vengeance. I was talking last night about Adolf Hitler, and I said, now don't tell me him shooting himself was God's vengeance. That's the same as somebody committing suicide. That's the same as a soldier out there that got shot defending his country and so on. That's not vengeance. He will, and I don't know what his vengeance is going to be, so don't ask me. It'll be by degrees, I'm quite certain of that. I certainly wouldn't want him to punish a little old lady that said a bad word once. I'll make it real easy. And comparing the same punishment he gave Adolf Hitler. Or how about Stalin? He's even worse. You know, he killed 20 million of his own people. 20 million. Oh. Very, very paranoid. It's interesting to read about his life and so on. So this book is open then. And they're judged according to their works, what they did. There is a natural law out there. What nation believes it's right to murder your sister or your brother or your aunt or your uncle or your neighbor? None. What nation out there believes it's right to rape a woman? Now, I might back off on that one. There may be a weird one somewhere, but basically, you see what I'm saying. By the things which are written in the books. So God is going to judge them. He's opening the Bible because here is true justice. Not our U.S. Constitution, your right to freedom of speech, or right to bear arms. We keep going, couldn't we? Now, he doesn't care about those things. He cares about what's in here. All right, each according to his word. Then death and Hades were cast into the lake of fire. Okay, death and the grave go in the lake of fire. Death is a intangible, but you see, it's going to be gone.